Which book have you gaslit yourself into thinking it was good? I loved plenty of bad books as a kid. And being a heavy library user from a family of library users and an English prof mom, I was well used to the house being stuffed with people's guilty pleasures, which I happily devoured. The trick is liking it even if you know it's not well written, like loving certain B movies. That's not gaslighting, that's just being young and inexperienced. I thought Sword of Truth was so deep when I was in high school, loudly crying face. Twilight, TBH. I read the first 3 books when I was 18 and waited I think for about a year or 2 for the 4th book. Edward was all the rage back then, but I remember thinking during the 2nd book how cringe and weird it was that Bella went catatonic when Edward left. I kept reading and kept convincing myself it wasn't as bad as I was making it out to be. The books were strangely addictive. Finishing the 4th book was like a revelation. The books were truly shitty, and finally I was free from them. Oh, I did enjoy the Sword of Truth books in middle school. I too stopped reading after the MC saved people from communism by carving a really good statue. I've got a feeling I would not enjoy revisiting them, and so I have not. I enjoyed the Demon Cycle as a teen, then went to reread them and couldn't finish the 1st book because it was ridiculously horny and making me extremely uncomfortable. After a lot of thinking, Sun Eater. The Aragon series. So much sunk cost fallacy. Throne of Glass, until the 4th book. The Kingkiller Chronicle. The 1st book, Name of the Wind, is so beautifully written that it took me until the sequel to realize very little had happened. And I know everybody says they realize the books are bad with the fairy sex thing, and that scene is terrible. But for me, the moment I realized the books were not that good was a scene where he is playing music at a bar. Annoyed me we lost so much time in that. Pretty much everything by Terry Goodkind after Wizard's first rule. Wheel of Time. I have heard the Sword of Truth series described as the adventures of Conan the Libertarian. It's less gaslit and more lack of experience. Say Path if Ascension and Primal Hunter don't look so good after many other books. And then there is Stubborn Skill Grinder in a time loop that many say are superior to Mother of Learning and Dungeon Crawler Carl. Stormlight Archive. I enjoyed the 1st book and thought it was well written. The 2nd, I wanted to like it so much I did exactly what you said and gaslit myself into calling it good. And kept doing that till that I just couldn't pretend anymore with Soul of the Fire, I think. Looking back, I honestly think Goodkind was going through some mental health issues. This happens to me a lot with sequels of books that should have been standalones. It takes me a while to snap out of it and realize I actually didn't enjoy the sequel at all. I read through all of Kingkiller Chronicle before realizing, wow, this is just a really shitty power fantasy. Before that lightning bolt of realization, I thought was great, and I was super addicted. The realization first struck me as this is kind of misogynistic, isn't it? Then I wound up picking the whole thing apart and realizing I actually hate it. Harry Potter series. Will of the Many. I believe I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, but looking back, I didn't enjoy it that much. I really enjoyed the ending, but that shouldn't have been enough to rate it 5 stars. Sun Eater for sure. Took 4 books to figure out. Realm of the Elderlings too, but I can at least appreciate that wasn't me gaslighting myself into thinking it was good. It clearly is good. That was me gaslighting myself that I was enjoying it. Love Third Age Middle-earth, and I love a story here and there. Children of Huron is awesome, but the Silmarillion is painful overall. Sun Eater, although I know many people like the series, I felt like its flaws overpowered the story way too much by the 3rd book. Oh gods, same. Then I grew up a bit, and when I went back to it, the political sub-themes was so clumsy and right-wing that I threw up a little in my mouth. I have no issues with BDSM as long as it's safe, sane, and consensual, and I get that as a plot device it'll be none of that, but I agree that it gets way too overused and just gratuitous at some point. I still feel the 1st book could have been a half-decent standalone with some editing and a less Rand Y author.